Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rochelle and this is Brampton Gardener, and today is another MIG Grow Off update, and I am representing here Team Universe Soil Gardeners. And today's episode I'm going to be making my very own 5-gallon container because why not? Here is my pattern. So what I did was I looked up online, and 5 gallons is 1,155 cubic inches. So from there I knew I wanted a height of about 6 inches, and my container, if I do put it in there, is only about 12 inches wide. So I divided the 1155 by 6, and then I divided that amount by 12, and I ended up with 16 for my length. So here's a diagram of the pattern. Okay, so I just have the machine threaded ready, and then, like I said, I'm just gonna sew right down those lines to start with. MIG grow bag, and let's get it filled up. So why on earth would someone make their own 5-gallon container? And I will tell you, these are the store-bought ones that I have from Amazon. They work great. I grew my tomatoes in these all last year. This is a 5-gallon from them. But as you can see, it wasn't quite the shape I had in mind for what I have envisioned for my MIG Grow Off container. So, me being me, I decided to go ahead and make my own. I will show you how to do that in the video following, and I'll also show you how I'm going to be potting up my MIG Grow Off and give you a little update because everything is doing really, really well. But first, I'm going to put some soil in it. And I will show you the measurements later so that you know that this is 5 gallons of 5-gallon grow bag. It has 1,155 cubic inches of growing space. So let's fill this up. I have my 5-gallon bucket full of potting mix. I'm going to dump it in here just so you see that it is 5 gallons. Fingers crossed. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? Boom. What do you know? Look at that. Okay. So you can see it comes right up to where my line is for my bag. I'm going to try and keep my shape. And I'm going to use some twine. Wrap it around through the lining of the top of the rim. And that's going to help me to where I can kind of tighten it up so it doesn't all floppy out. But we are going to move this party inside because it might look nice out, and it is, but it's 40 degrees and it's quite windy, and my babies are not ready to be out in this kind of weather, so I'll be potting them up inside, so I'll meet you in there. So we have made it back inside. I've got quite a bit of my of my container filled with some soil, not all of it though. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run my string through that top little binding, my string in this channel that I've created on the top, that little pocket. And I have this nifty tool to do that with, so you just tie it on to the tool. I'm just going to tie a quick knot. And then you take it and you just, I'm going to just slide it through. So I left an opening there at the top. Just gonna keep pulling it. Bump to the wall. It's ready. There we go. Actually, I'll leave it on there so it doesn't get pulled back inside as I loosen it up. Okay, there we go. So now I can kind of cinch it. I'm going to even it out the shape that I want, and I know it's never going to stay perfectly square when it's going to be this loose, but once the soil gets wet and kind of packed in a little bit better, then hopefully I can keep more of this rectangular shape, but might be more of an oval, we shall see. Okay, so I don't really want to add any more soil right yet until I get, especially my tomatoes in, because they need to go in nice and deep. So I'm just going to do a quick bow in here just to keep it like that. I'm going to move the whole thing closer to me. And now, for the very exciting part, we get to place my MIG Grow Off tomatoes in their final resting place. So I have so I'm going to prune off the bottom leaves, branches. That is a very nice specimen, if I do say so myself. So this is the Tasmanian chocolate. And yeah, I think 2 is going to be enough with the rest of my greenery. And this one is really nicely flowering. So, well, that's it for right now. That is where I'm going to leave it. I have a few extras if I want to pop them in and see. I'm just going to kind of let this see how it fills out, see how everything likes being in its new home. Hopefully we'll see some more tomatoes coming on these guys here. The ones upstairs already have big tomatoes on them. Fall gardeners, represent! Got my 5-gallon. Okay, so back to the channel. I'm Rochelle, and this is Brampton Gardener, and today is an MIG Grow Off update for Team Universe Soil Gardeners.